So, iQOO Z6 versus Realme 9 5G, best budget 5G phone. Now, the thing is, whenever you set out to buy a 5G phone on a budget, you either lose on display, performance, or fast charging. So, we picked up two best budget phones under 15,000, and in this video, we'll try to tell you the best budget 5G phone under 15,000. Now, here are the specs. You can pause and have a good look, but in reality, this video will be more about practical usage, the way you will use the phone. So, first of all, I won't confuse you much. In hand feel of both the devices is the same. Like, they have more or less the same weight. In fact, 191 grams for Realme 9 5G and 189 grams for iQOO Z6. And you get a soft touch finish with the Realme 9 5G, and iQOO Z6 has this texture. One more thing that is same is the display. Both have an IPS LCD display and the colors are more or less same on both the displays. But one thing that I noticed is, see, if you tilt both the phones this way, on Realme 9 5G, I see a slight yellow color shift. But that difference won't be noticeable in real life unless you watch your videos like this. Like, ew, who does that? Rest, you get a punch hole display on the Realme 9 5G, which looks a bit modern, and you get a notched display on iQOO Z6, which looks a bit dated. Also, you have Panda glass protection on the iQOO Z6, and I'm not aware of the glass protection on Realme 9 5G. Now, you always have this question with LCD, is it visible under bright sunlight? Well, see here, both the phones, you can read under bright sunlight. There are a bit of shadows, but you can still read. Both look the same to me, but I think the Realme 9 5G is slightly brighter. And you get Wide one L1 on both the phones, so you can watch 1080p videos on Amazon Prime, Netflix, and rest of the OTT apps. Now, both the phones have single speaker. Here, have a listen to it. And this is the Realme 9. Both of them are equally loud, but I found Realme 9 5G to be a bit more clear. However, the bass is high on this iQOO Z6. Now, iQOO Z6 has Snapdragon 695 and Realme 9 5G has Dimensity 810. And we have been saying for about 2 months now, Snapdragon 695 is a very powerful processor. First of all, in the CPU throttling test, both perform more or less the same, but the score is better on iQOO Z6. And the difference is even clear when you go to Antutu. iQOO Z6 scores 4,14,028, whereas Realme 9 5G scores 3,74,448. The iQOO Z6 scores about 10% better, and even game support is better on Snapdragon chips. Like here, if you play BGMI, both phones support smooth graphics, ultra frame rates, similar performance. But if you play other games like COD, iQOO Z6 can run it at max frame rate on very high graphics, whereas Realme 9 5G has high frame rate on medium graphics. Even Genshin Impact works better on iQOO Z6. Also, you get a 120Hz display on iQOO Z6 and 90Hz display on Realme 9 5G. So while gaming, the difference between 90Hz and 120Hz is clearly visible. The iQOO Z6 feels more responsive. Now, camera is where things get a lot more interesting. The iQOO Z6 has a 50 megapixel main sensor, whereas the Realme 9 5G has a 48 megapixel main sensor. And straight off the bat, Realme 9 5G takes a bit of saturated and boosted photos. It's eye pleasing, it looks good, but sometimes it just does it over the top. Like, look at this leaf photo, this grass photo. Like, the grass looks more neon than green and kind of fake. But if you zoom into the photos, the Realme 9 5G maintains a lot better details compared to iQOO Z6. But selfies are a bit better on the iQOO Z6. I like the color, portrait mode, edge detection, and even the skin tone on the iQOO Z6 selfies come better. That good selfie gene from Vivo is in iQOO. However, the iQOO Z6 can do 1080p 60 fps on the main sensor compared to Realme 9's 1080p 30 fps. So it is good to have. Now, both the phones can do 1080p 30 fps on the front camera, and you can have an idea of the mic quality. There is slight wind going on from behind. So yeah. Now, software is something where I would like to say iQOO and Vivo are bringing Android 12 to the latest or newly launched devices. That's great. You get all new privacy features like whenever an app accesses mic, location or a camera, there is an indicator up here at the top. Also, if you don't want an app to use your exact location, you can provide an approximate location. But for Realme, it is sort of confusing. Realme 9 5G gets Android 11 And Realme 9 Pro and Realme 9 Pro Plus came out with Android 12. So, bhedbhav kyun? Anyways, I haven't seen ads on both the phones. You do get some bloatware which you can easily uninstall. Also, I've seen on this iQOO phone that the animations have been limited to make the UI experience much more smoother. Rest, you get a 5000 mAh battery and 18 watt charging on both the phones, something which you expect in a 5G phone. Now, iQOO Z6 has only 2 bands of 5G, whereas the Realme 9 has 5 bands of 5G. Now, we visited a 5G trial in India. You can watch the video over here. So, initially, even phones with 1 to 2 bands of 5G will be able to run 5G. Also, you get most of the important sensors on both the phones, and both the phones have a flagship 3.5mm headphone jack. Also, Realme 9 has a dedicated micro SD card slot, whereas the iQOO Z6 has a hybrid SIM card slot. But the good thing is, the iQOO Z6 base variant starts at 128GB storage. Now, iQOO Z6 sells for 15,499. You get 1500 discount for HDFC card, which makes the price 14,000. Use it if you have it. So, if you want a really good performance phone with 5G, good battery life, iQOO Z6 is a good option. Whereas Realme 9 5G sells for 14,999. So if you want a Realme 5G phone, I would say spend a bit more and get Realme Narzo 30 Pro from last year at 16,999. You can check out this video for more smartphone options under 15,000. And on that note, this is Prateek signing off. See you in the next video.